We need peaceful people to get together and welcome our Father from space, the only way that we show love.
Where do you come from?
From very far away. And I have come to talk to you, Claude Briand.
If I'm married and I have sex with another woman, that's not a sin?
No.
I need to join your religion.
No.
A new day has dawned. A new people has awakened. Ignorance is now a fading memory of the past. No longer will we the people sit in silence and watch our beloved Bahamas disintegrate to crime, greed, and petty politics. Controversy TV, Season 6. No fair, no fair, no fair. It's on. It's on. Hi, and welcome to another exciting episode of Controversy TV. Boy, do we have a show for you today. Today on the show, we have none other than the internationally known Mr. Andre Julien. Mr. Andre, how you doing?
Very good. I'm very glad to you invited me, Utah.
And this is going to be an awesome show. And also on the show, we have Mr. Ali from Ali's Glass. Ali, how you doing, brother Ali?
Fine, thank you, my brothers. Thank you for inviting me.
And also on the show is the Nubis. Bro, what's going on, man? Let the Bahamian people know what's going on.
Back again for another one.
And I will begin the show by saying, today we're going to be talking about several topics, but mostly we're going to focus on Andre Julien, who is our out-of-town guest. He is from the Raelians. And who is the Raelians? The Raelian movement is the founder of the Clonade Company, which claims to have produced the first cloned baby. That's information I have now. Mr. Andre Julien will be able to rebut this when he gets his time. The movement claims to have about 40,000 members in several countries, although the number is difficult to verify. You know, they believe that humans were created by extraterrestrial.
Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Genesis 1:26.
You know, and I have more information and we will go on much further. But right now, Mr. Andre Julien, the floor is yours. Say goodnight to the Bahamian people and let them know what is your purpose on being on Controversy TV.
Thank you, Utah. Thank you, Bahamian, for welcoming me. It's a pleasure to be here in the sunny Bahamas and this warm water. It was very enjoyable today. I come here again to the Nassau to explain this wonderful message that the Prophet Rael received in 1973 that explains that we have been created by advanced scientists coming from another planet 25,000 years ago on another planet in our galaxy. Scientists reach a level of science slightly above where we are today. They're starting to play with DNA and genetics. They're starting to create bacteria and different species. And eventually they moved to another planet to create life. And they discovered Earth. And they modified Earth to make it susceptible to have life. And then they create life in the sea. They create the trees, the flowers. Then they create birds, butterflies, mammals, until one day they wanted to create a man like themselves.
A long time ago on our planet, we had reached a stage similar to the one you are in now. Our scientists were beginning to design life through the synthesis of DNA. The whole of our society watched with fascination as they created more and more sophisticated organisms, until one day they made a mistake. From then on, public opinion turned against these scientists, and they were forced to take their experiments elsewhere. They finally found a planet suitable for the creation of life. It was your Earth, and at the time had no life on it at all. It was completely covered with water and clouds.
One day they decide to create man in their image, and the Bible is the oldest book, atheist book, that testify of their message, because in the Bible it says the Elohim created man in their image. They say,
And Elohim means come down from the sky.
Yeah,
But Mr. Julian, I don't think the Bahamian people understood you clearly, man. You say something I think only me in this room understood that. You're telling me that scientists made man.
yes. Today, our own scientists, we're starting to manipulate DNA of plants to make them resist some disease or contain a new vitamin. We're doing, they call it genetically modified species.
Andre Julian.
So one day we will be able to create totally new DNA. They already created the DNA of a bacteria from scratch, from inert parts. They conducted the DNA artificially. They put that DNA inside the bacteria, replaced the bacteria original DNA, put this artificial DNA, and the bacteria reproduce millions of times.
Now, I just read where they said that your religion or your belief, your belief in cloning people, your people would have said to have cloned the first and only human being. But let me just take you back, Brother Julian. In Genesis 26, God said, God, let us make man in our own image and likeness. I know, but no scientist. Are you just, that's just a word that you call God scientist then? You mean?
Yeah, well, first, in the Hebrew Bible, it's written Elohim, not God. God is a translation after. Second, you just said it, let us make man in our, let us mean there are many.
Yeah, no, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost.
Well,
God
that's an interpretation after, but let us make man in our image. And if there's a Godfather and a Son, there's a mother, you know, actually, they are 7 billion people on the planet. And they reach a level of science where they could create any species they want with genetics. So they came on Earth, they create all the species, then they create man, and then after a while, there were a time they were living on Earth with people that created all the mythologies in different
But before we let our other guests weigh in, right? I'm gathering some discrepancy in your religion or what you're saying is because I did some research and it said that aliens made humans, but you're now saying that scientists made humans, not aliens?
Well, there's scientists coming from another planet. So what's an extraterrestrial? Somebody who doesn't live on Earth. So these people, they live in another planet, not in our galaxy, but not in our solar system, sorry, but in our galaxy. They travel to Earth, and these scientists created all the species on Earth with science, not magic, not mystical.
Could I be in on the TikTok?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Say goodnight to the baby people, let them know.
They're humans like us. Yes.
I'd like to know which planet these beings came from, because then we have known planets in the solar system from Mercury to Pluto. You saying beings came from another planet, but you ain't giving an explanation of which planet these beings came from. Because then you have planets' name, you have solar systems' name, you have constellations' name, because then within the book of Job, you have the Arcturus name, you have Orion name, you have the Pleiades name, Betelgeuse. You have constellations there with name. So my question to you is, which constellation are these beings supposedly coming from? Because then our ancient ancestors, the Sumerians, they left carvings on the wall, the cuneiform, which is approximately 8,000 years old, which is older than the Christian Bible, the Muslim Quran, and the Jewish Torah. Within their information, they tell you about 12 planets, and that this planet, with passing through, this planet passed through every 25,000 years, so it lined up with exactly what you said. But we have accurate information with saying that these beings come here, and it was them who is responsible for seeding the planet, along with other beings. But I mean, like, you saying that these beings coming from another planet, but they ain't saying exactly what planet they coming from or exactly what constellation they coming from. That's still ain't accurate.
God made everybody. God also made the aliens. These same aliens he claiming made man, God made them. And I can give you reference in John 10 and 16. Jesus said, I have other sheep which are not of this fold. I must bring them also, and they will hear my voice, and they will become one flock with one shepherd. God said, let us make the heavens and the earth. God didn't just make earth, you know.
Well, if you want to get
God didn't just make earth, God made the entire universe. So he made, this world what we in is not the only world that exists. There are many other worlds out there.